Here I present to the classic American tank, the Pershing M26. The Pershing was America's only heavy tank to enter service during the war and saw limited action in Europe and the Pacific in 1945. In 1946, the M26 was reclassified as a medium tank. It saw much service in the Korean War. The Pershing had a 90mm or 3.5-inch 53 caliber gun with a large muzzle brake. This gun proved somewhat disappointing, its penetrating ability inferior to that of the Panther and Tiger. Now, personally, I think that the 90mm American gun was quite exceptional because it pierced a Panther tank at Cologne. When fighting broke out in Korea in 1950, Pershings were quickly rushed to the theater, where they helped counter the advance of the T-34s that had defeated later opposition. The sloped armor, large road wheels, and torsion bar suspension led the way to post-war U.S. tank designs up to the M60 series. That is the M60 Patton series. The Pershing fired 2-part ammunition with a warhead and a propelling charge, which were loaded separately. The M26 formed the basis of a heavy combat team of tanks, self-propelled guns, and recovery vehicles on the same chassis. Versions of the M26, such as the T-26E2 with a 105mm or 14.1-inch howitzer, got as far as standardization as the M45. But few were completed. Equipped with an improved M3A1 90mm or 3.5-inch gun, the M26A1 was a post-war development. This is a front view of the legendary Pershing tank, which I saw at Fort Knox, Kentucky in 2008. An M26 Pershing waits to be barged across a river in Germany in 1945. So as you can see, this is quite a labor-intensive operation. There's 2 guys here, there's a guy here, 2 guys here, there's stowage here, guy here, tanker here, guys here, guys here. Americans. All Americans struggling across the Rhine or wherever. A 1942 program to replace the M4 medium tank produced several pilot models, the T-20, 22, 23, 25, and 26, and led to the only successful U.S. heavy tank of the war, the M26 Pershing. The T-26E1 was selected but had to be modified before it could be standardized. The transmission, engine cooling, electrical system, and ammunition stowage were all improved. But Army ground forces did not want a heavy tank and tried to delay production. AGF rejected a test of the first T-26E3s in December 1944, but then came the German breakthrough in the Ardennes. By February 1945, 20 were serving, and there were 310 when peace came to Europe. The type was standardized in March 1945 as the M26 heavy tank. And saw action at Okinawa in May. It was the first U.S. tank to be named General Pershing. Here at last was a tank to confront the Tiger and Panther on equal terms, although the M3 90mm 3.5-inch gun proved slightly inferior to the German 88s. The M26A1 had the longer 90mm 3.5-inch T15 gun. Some were fitted with an elevation stabilizer. Some were fitted with an elevation stabilizer. The gun fired single shot, not separate ammunition, and had a concentric recoil system. The British received a few Pershings for evaluation, but orders were cancelled at the war's end. In total, 2,432 were produced, most of which were the initial M26 model. Power plant. 373 kW Ford GAF V8 petrol engine. Performance. The M26 had a maximum road speed of 30 miles per hour and a road range of 100 miles. It's good. Length, 28 feet. Big. Width, 11 feet. Big. Height, 9 feet. That's pretty big. That has been production of the M26 Pershing.